I'm here today with sales expert Lori Richardson from Score More Sales. Lori is also a prolific sales blogger on allbusiness.com. Now, Lori, you and I were talking earlier about how to help salespeople be more effective, and one of the things that you told me is that the best thing that you can do is to form strategic alliances. Can you tell me more about that?
Well, Jill, so many individuals go out and they just knock on doors and pound the pavement and make those cold calls time after time with very little luck. Or, it just takes so much time to accomplish really good sales that way. And so when you can form the right strategic alliances, you have other people out there selling for you.
I kind of like the sound of that. Yeah, other people selling for you.
Beating the street for you. And all that you need to do is really explain to them what your value is that you bring.
Strategic alliances, that sounds to me like it's sort of a high-level deal, like you have to get your corporation talking to their corporation and form some sort of formal deal. Is that what you're talking about?
I'm actually talking about finding people that get what it is that you do, and they like you and trust you, so that they're going to go out and tell people that are in the similar market that your prospects are more about what it is that you do. And pretty soon your phone rings and you have a new prospective client that very quickly is going to turn into a client with much higher likelihood than a cold call.
There's strategic partnerships that don't work out, and some people are a little sour on those kind of things.
Yeah.
What advice do you have or thoughts do you have on that topic?
I run into business owners all the time and say, we used to do, we tried that once with company XYZ, and we did all this work and they didn't reciprocate with anything.
Right, lack of reciprocity. I hear that all the time.
Yeah, exactly. And so they're totally turned off and it's not even an option for them. What I attempt to do is to get them to be open-minded and to think about, it's a new day. What is a possibility? Who is a company that you would love to work with that, maybe would just add to your product offerings or, just increase the revenue, increase the profits, and then set some criteria up front so that there's some understanding of who's going to do what. And also know that in this world of reciprocity, you're going to get things back from other people. If you have this attitude of abundance, where you're just going out and you're helping them and you're always thinking of other people. I know it sounds funny.
It sounds funny. But there's some universal laws in that kind of thing. They're about giving and gratitude.
It gives you a mindset that you're just out there looking to help people. So with prospective clients, we're looking to help them solve their problems rather than selling to them. And it's the same with potential alliance partners.
That's a real switch in mindset, that you're out there not trying to sell people, but to help them solve their problems or achieve their objectives.
Because no one wants to be sold.
We hate it, don't we? All of us. Even those of us who are in the sales profession don't like to be sold.
Yeah, and if I can't solve your problem, then I need to move on and I need to find a potential alliance partner that maybe would have the most elegant solution for you.
Okay, let's do a real example. Let's pretend we have a marketing communications firm, and they are looking for strategic partners. Okay. Now, what kind of companies would you suggest might be good strategic partners? Any specific types of firms that might be really good for Marcom?
Well, depending on the strengths of your firm, because different, marketing companies do different things. I know of one client of mine where we found a search engine optimization company to work with them.
Okay.
Because they don't do that well.
That's
but
right.
These guys do, and they have exchanged referrals, and they have sent each other business. It could go for, copywriting, people like us that do sales effectiveness work, because you can have the best marketing in the world, but if the sales force isn't selling, you need some added help that way. And all of those, we share similar clients and similar types of prospects. And what's interesting is the thought that even if there was a company out there that you might compete with, to think about, we don't do exactly the same things. How could we complement each other? That's really stretching out there, and that's really thinking big to where you're opening the world even bigger. For example, you get a gigantic contract. Can you service it all yourself?
No, not necessarily.
So then what would you do?
Panic. What would you do?
I'd look for other people that could help me and work together on it strategically, and hence the word strategic in the strategic alliance.
So if I wanted to pick out, if I'm looking for these strategic alliance partners and I see somebody who's in a business that's somewhat contingent to mine and we're maybe calling them the same decision maker or related decision maker, and I wanted to get started with this person, what advice would you give me?
I would suggest that you look into what they do and who they are. Do a little research. We all go to the internet and see what we can
check
find
them out.
out.
LinkedIn.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, maybe they know people in common, and I'm very careful about who I recommend, and I'm sure you are too.
Absolutely.
And so we want to make sure that it's someone that we might have enough in common with to strike up a conversation, and then I would just reach out to them and let them know that I like what they do. I've been, looking at their company, or I've been looking at them, and I just wanted to know a little more and whether they might be interested in doing some reciprocal work, and just see how it goes from there.
Now, would you suggest we get married right away, or do we date first?
Definitely date. It's always good to date.
Okay, and at what point do we get engaged? How far do we go and before we firm things up, or don't we really ever firm things up?
I think that you get that gut feeling, and you talk about what your goals are and find out what their goals are. They may not match. And it may be that even though you like and respect them as an organization, it may not be a good fit. They may not have the time to, dedicate. They may not really get how to be a good strategic partner.
They might be one of those people that are all the takers but not the givers.
They might be,
going back to that.
Yeah. And so find out what you can up front and do your due diligence. And then, do a little trial.
So start small.
Yeah, I would absolutely start on a smaller project and then see how it goes.
So, Miss Strategic Alliance Queen, how would a company go about engaging you, and how do you work with your clients?
Well, I work over the phone, in person. I'm based in the Northwest, but the best thing is to really learn a little more about what it is that they want, and then take it from there. Whether it's consulting, coaching, training, could be a team training.
So anybody who's looking to increase their sales effectiveness and build more strategic alliances so they can get more sales faster should talk to Lori Richardson, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lori Richardson, for being with us on the Sales Shebang Show today. Appreciate your time.
My pleasure.